Hello, welcome back to my channel. I am excited for today's video because I want to start reincorporating healthy habits that are going to just get me back on track. I talked about this in my previous video, my April reset video, in which I have felt a little bit in a funk. I've felt slightly unmotivated. It's not this deep slump that I've been in, but it's like this feeling that I can improve in one way or another to just really maximize my energy every day, feel better about what I'm carrying out, what I'm getting done, and how balanced my life is. I really want to get to a space where I feel a bit more balanced. I know that balance is hard to achieve, right? Because we're always sort of dancing between order and chaos, and life just happens. But my thought process is that there's a lot of things that I cannot control, but there's a lot of things that I can control. And I just really want to get a handle on the things that I can control. So in this video, I want to talk about various healthy habits that I want to either continue carrying out or incorporate or reincorporate into my life. If you like this type of content, make sure to subscribe to my channel. I know that you're gonna find a lot of the other videos that I post very useful, and it would be great to connect. So go ahead and keep watching as I really make an honest effort to realign, to get back on track. The first healthy habit that I want to talk about is having a night routine and getting to bed slightly earlier than you otherwise would. I honestly feel like this should be the number one priority because it sets the tone for everything else. So I want to go through some of the things that I like to do at night that set me up for the next day. I mentioned going to sleep earlier. This is one of the things that I really want to work on because I feel like I've slowly pushed the threshold of my bedtime or when I start getting ready for bed. So on my health app, I have a sleep schedule that I have set up, and it's kind of hard to tell, but essentially I would like to be in bed asleep by 9:45, and my first alarm goes off at 5:45 a.m. I never wake up at that time, or it's been a while since I've woken up at that time, but that's what I'm trying to rectify, right? Like that's what I'm trying to improve. So anyway, the point of this sleep schedule that I have set up is so that I can get daily reminders of when to start winding down. For me, it's usually 9 to 9:15 p.m. that I start closing shop. I start my night routine to ensure that I get into bed on time. So let me show you the very simple things that I do for my night routine. The first thing that I like to do is shower. I don't wet my hair every night, but I do like to rinse my body every night because I like to get into bed fresh, right? So I will go ahead and rinse my body at 9 p.m., 9:15 p.m. That's what I am shooting for. And because I don't wet my hair every night, I do like to sleep with it in a braid or somewhat contained so that it's just not as chaotic in the mornings, and it makes it more manageable for me to be able to do my hair in the morning. Okay, next is time for my skincare routine, and I'm in the guest restroom. It's really loud in here, but my husband's showering in our master restroom, so I'm just gonna show you the products that I'm using right now. So to wash my face, since I shower at night, I usually just wash my face with the bar of soap that we currently use. And I ordered a bunch of these Dr. Bronner's soaps. These are just very good for your skin. They have very clean ingredients, so that's what kind of led me to use these. And I feel like it really gets rid of my makeup and all of the gunk in the shower. After that, I go in with toner. So I already did my skincare. I just want to somewhat show you like what I do. After that, I will apply this CosRx snail serum. And then after that, I like to moisturize my face. I usually use Cetaphil, but right now I am using this Vaseline Cocoa Radiant lotion because it smells so good. When I started dating my husband, like way back in the day, he used to use this lotion, and it kind of reminds me of those days. So it's a nice little memory since scents, you know, usually have memories attached to them. So yeah, I will just apply this on my face, but also like all over my body. And after that, I apply an eye cream. I think I'm supposed to apply eye cream before, but I really like this being like the top layer. And I have this little sample from Shiseido, I think that's how you say it. And that is the last step of my skincare routine. The thing that I like to do for my night routine is to set myself up for the next day. So that will include setting aside food for tomorrow. So for breakfast, we usually have Greek yogurt with some fruit, strawberries, blueberries, usually that's our go-to. And so I will put it in mason jars and shake it all up. For lunch, all ready here. My husband cooked some white rice with some chicken curry recipe, so good. And for myself, my husband also cooked some lentils with bacon and sausage, mushrooms, and so many other goodies. So I will go ahead and have that ready in our fridge up top so that it's accessible for tomorrow. For snacks, we're trying to improve our fruit intake. So there's fruit that I have set aside, as well as a granola bar or nuts or anything to like snack on throughout the day. So that's all situated and ready for tomorrow. We are back in the bedroom. The next way that I really want to improve, this is a very important part that I want to improve in my night, is to set aside my outfits for the next day. I feel like this would just save me so much time in the morning. So tomorrow, even though it's going to rain, I think, I'm gonna wear this dress. It's like a long dress just because I want something a little bit more flowy, and because it is kind of like revealing and it's gonna be cold tomorrow. Like it has a bare back situation happening and spaghetti straps. So to cover up, I'm gonna throw on this knit sweater. And for the shoes, I'm thinking some boots since it is gonna rain. So for the boots, I'm thinking my Blundstones. I don't know how this outfit's gonna look, so we'll just circle back tomorrow and hopefully it looks good together. Another thing that I like to set up, I mean, this is automated, it is to set alarms that are recurring throughout the weekdays so that I never forget to set an alarm, because it has happened before. And my husband also has his 2 other phones that have alarms. So in the morning, I honestly don't know how we sleep through our alarms because it's so many alarms going off. But anyway, I'm gonna really try. I don't know if I'll succeed, but to not snooze my alarms as much. I'm currently waking up at 6:30 a.m. and I know it's gonna take a while for me to jump from that to 5:45. I think progress will be me waking up at least 10 minutes earlier. So tomorrow I'm really gonna shoot for 6:20 a.m. Can you make sure I'm up? 6:20.
6:20?
Out of bed. You have to make sure. You always say that. I always ask my husband to wake me up before he goes to work, but he's too nice about it. He won't he suggests that I wake up. You need to force me. I need it to be forceful.
Like 6:10, 6:15.
That's too nice.
Hey, it's time to get up, and then you're like, okay.
Yeah, my point that's too nice. Anyway, tomorrow we want more force.
Oh, you ain't keeping your legs up.
Dang, not that much force. I want to read for a little bit before I go to bed. Next healthy habit that I want to talk about is having a simple morning routine. And I am so tired. How is it possible to be this tired? All right, let's go. I like to start my mornings with some dental hygiene. to wash my face, I also like using this cleanser. Oh, there's some. Time to put in my contacts. Alright, let's continue with our skincare. So my skincare in the morning is very similar to my skincare at night. I go in with some toner, let that dry. Then I like to go in with the COSRX serum. Can't forget the neck. Let that dry. Next, I like to moisturize with this guy here. While that dries, I'm gonna go ahead and lotion my body. Lastly, for my face, I'm going to go in with some sunblock. Can't forget sunblock, even though it's gonna be raining today, I think. That simple. Now we're done with our skincare. Moving on to getting ready with makeup and all of that good stuff. But before that, what I like to do while my face is drying up is I will go ahead and do my bed. I'm gonna put on my Apple Watch mainly because I like that it tells me to stand up throughout the day. It's a pretty good reminder for me. And don't forget to catch a moment to hydrate in the morning. All right, let's go feed my pigeon. Good morning. So I've put in some seeds for her here. I will leave her water down here. Say good morning. Hi everyone. My name's Mixie. My face should be pretty dry now, so let's do our makeup. I like to take everything out that I'm gonna use. First order of business is to apply some eyebrow glue. And I am all about efficiency in the morning, so while I wait for my eyebrow glue to dry and before I apply foundation and all of that, I like to go on Spotify and search up a daily devotional that I listen to that day. So right now I'm listening to this podcast called Daily Bible Verse and Teaching. So I just searched up daily Bible verses on Spotify, and this is the one that I've been listening to for like months now. I will go ahead and just select the one for the day.
Good morning. How are you on this fine day? I hope yesterday doesn't matter, which is hard for me considering I was driving. Like, I feel like I'm in a mental fog through things. There is a time where it will be alleviated off of you. I guess I always go back to me working in upholstery for 7 years. I mean, I literally think it was almost like a prison sentence, almost like what Joseph went through. Thankful for those times. We all go through it. We all have issues. We all deal with things in different times of our life. If you're having a bad time, maybe it's just to start to learn to go to God. The things you acquire, they don't matter. The house, the bills, the friend, all of it. It's your relationship with God. For we would not, brothers, have you ignorant of our troubles which came to us in Asia. We were oppressed, but in God who raised us, he delivered us from so great a death, and does deliver us.
Now time to brush my hair. I'm just gonna add a little bit of oil to tame it a little bit. So the only thing left is to put on my outfit that I had laid out the night before. So let's do that, and hopefully it looks good. Putting on these boots here. Let's check out the fit. Okay, so I think it's fine, whatever. I have to get my day started. So that is my simple morning routine. The only thing I have left to do, which I will do off camera, is to have my breakfast and say my gratitude, like say what I'm grateful for, and say some prayers, because I'm trying to get better at praying. I'm trying to get better at my spirituality and my relationship with God. So, you know, I'm really trying to build these habits. So there it is. That is my simple morning routine. It honestly was like 30 minutes. It only took longer because I was filming and all of that, but super simple. If you're busy, if you're on the go, if you're a mom, if you just want to have a simple morning routine. whatever, you know? So time to have a great day. The next healthy habit that I want to talk about is setting a workout minimum. So what I mean by this is setting the minimum amount of days that you will work out per week, as well as the minimum amount of time that you will work out for each day. So for example, for me, within a week, my minimum is to work out 4 days out of that week, and for each day to work out for at least 30 minutes. So you can obviously do more than this, but you know that that is your bare minimum, like what you must absolutely get done in order to achieve your goal. So this really helps with accountability, because there are going to be days that you do not want to work out, you don't feel motivated, but you will already automatically know that there is a minimum that you have to meet, so you don't really have to overthink it. You just know that you have to get it done. And I would even go the extra mile and set like the specific days that you want to work out. So for example, is it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday? Is it Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday? Like whatever combination of days, whatever amount of days works for you, then go ahead and set that so that you create a schedule. And again, you don't have to think about it. It's already set. You just go on the days that you establish for yourself. This has really helped me, because there's been times where I have no motivation to work out, but I know that I have to drag myself out there. And if I don't feel like doing a intense workout, then I'll at least walk on a treadmill or do something that's for 30 minutes. It could be very minimal, but at least you are meeting your goal. So something that works for me is to set a deadline. So for example, maybe set a goal to work out for 4 times a week, 30 minutes minimum each day for the next 2 months. And giving yourself that deadline just helps with creating like a competitive situation that's going to make it more likely for you to achieve that, because you're creating a game out of it. You're gamifying the whole working out experience. And I would also recommend that you set a reward for yourself. So if you meet your goal of your workout minimum, then at the end of your deadline, you're going to buy yourself a new workout set, a new pre-workout powder, a trip somewhere, a night out with a friend, with your significant other, whatever it may be. Like setting a deadline, setting a reward can be a great incentive to actually carry out your workout minimum. The next healthy habit that I want to talk about is engaging in a hobby. And I'm personally not very good at this, but luckily I have someone in my life that is great at just finding downtime for his hobbies. And yeah, so I'm taking inspiration from him to get outside today. So today we're gonna get the body moving, playing some disc golf, because he's enrolled in a tournament, so we gotta get some reps in.
Bag.
So this is his bag, all his disc collections. These are all the drivers, right?
They're split up pretty much. So, but it's putters, mid-range, and
Putters usually go up here.
yeah.
And these are my drivers and my putters in my tiny little bag that my husband bought for me. We're gonna start off by practicing our putting. We aren't doing very good at putting today. Last time we were really good, but this time
It's all part of it.
we need some more practice. Gonna start off with this one. It's my current favorite, the Thrasher. Let's see how I do.
It's coming back. It's coming back. You get a little wind bounce, a little bounce. That was good. Babe, that was really good. That was starting to flex back. That was nice.
Flex. Back. Ooh. Oh. My final shot. I better not miss. Imagine I miss. Tap, tap. The next healthy habit that I want to talk about is to have your go-to grocery staples. So what this would look like is that you know every time you go grocery shopping every week, like what your main foods that you're going to purchase are. And the reason that this is important is because if you are a busy person, if you are someone like me, for example, that I love the concept of always having time to cook, but the reality is that I don't always have time to cook, or I don't always have the energy to cook. I feel like that's what happens more often. Like sometimes I do have the time, but I don't have the energy. And I have found that because I have my go-to groceries that I oftentimes keep purchasing, then I have go-to meals, right? Because first comes the meal plan, and then I buy groceries off of that meal plan. So for me, I just have my go-to meals that I will never get tired of. So for example, I know that oatmeal is one of my staples because I'm just always going to be okay with having oatmeal with some fruits and honey and whatever else I throw in there. Like I have my go-tos for breakfast. I already know that I love a Greek yogurt. Like I love Greek yogurt with fruits and granola, and I know that I like that as a snack. So that would be another staple, something that I know I'm always going to buy. And I know for lunch and or dinner, I know my go-to proteins. I also have my go-to veggies. Like there are a lot of veggie options out there, but there's a lot that I don't like. And there are the veggies that I know I will absolutely consume in whatever shape or form if I have them in my house. So I know like zucchini, for example, mushrooms. On my phone, I have a grocery list of the recurring things that I buy. So I have like this recurring section and like all the recurring things that I buy. And I also have like a replenish section, which are things that I use, but maybe I won't run out of those items in a while. So I won't have to buy them every time I go to the grocery store. It's maybe every month or so. So I have this replenish list, and I just have all of the things that I've ever consumed that I would need to replenish, you know, whether it's actual food or detergent or things that I need around the house. And the cool thing about, you know, putting it on your notes is that, for example, like if I don't need something, I can just check it off so that I don't look at it when I'm at the grocery store. Systematizing this process is going to reduce your stress so much around food. It's going to promote a healthy lifestyle because all you have to do is plan a couple of meals that are your go-tos, and then you know that if you plan them well and they're well balanced and you get your macros, your micros, and everything else that you need, then you don't have to think about it. Again, it's just the concept of, okay, it's autopilot when you go to the grocery store, you know what to get. So those trips will be more efficient. Your situation in the kitchen will be more efficient because you're going to be cooking this so often. So again, you can switch it up. I know, like, I'm a big foodie. I sometimes get tired of eating the same thing over and over. But having that baseline of your go-tos at least establishes like a routine that then you can obviously build off of and branch out from there or try new recipes, whatever. So this is a healthy habit that I constantly struggle with, but I do want to just keep it top of mind and keep improving at that moving forward. Let's talk about the next habit. The next habit is to have a monthly financial review. This is such a healthy habit that can really change your financial mindset and give you more control over your finances, which I know is something that I have struggled with in the past, and I know many people struggle with this as well. So really taking a moment at the end of the month or at the start of a new month to sit down and assess what your income looked like versus your expenses and how you were utilizing that money, how much money was left over, and how you leveraged any leftover money that you have. I have talked about sitting down and having a financial housekeeping session several times in my channel before. I have gone through a walkthrough of how I input my income, my expenses, how I determine different sinking funds or budget buckets. I also have talked about different like investment goals and how I want to use my money to grow that money, like so to invest it. There are so many different ways to do this, and I know that it can be overwhelming to sit down and really assess your spending habits, but I have found that, it's numbers, like they don't lie. It's just about writing down what that looked like. I did previously make a template in which you can manually input your income versus your expenses, your fixed expenses versus variable expenses, any saving goals, etc. If you're someone that likes more of a digital option, I also will share a simple spreadsheet that I have used before to just input all of my income and expenses, and therefore be able to have a clear picture of my financial standing, what that month looked like, whether it was a high spend month, low spend month, whether I reached all my saving and investing goals or not. It's just a matter of having a checkpoint so that we can learn from that. So we can either be super proud of ourselves if we did achieve our goals, or see where the areas of improvement are. So I will go ahead and link those two resources down below. Thank you so much for being here, for watching this video. If you did enjoy the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and go ahead and follow me over on Instagram. But yeah, I really hope that this video inspired you, motivated you to start taking small steps toward improving your day-to-day. A lot of these things don't have to be major. They don't have to happen overnight. Maybe incorporating 1 or 2 of these habits will be sufficient for you to feel slightly better or a whole lot better about yourself. It's all about the minor improvements that are going to accumulate. They're going to add up and create this more massive and drastic impact. So trust the baby steps. I will see you in the next video. Go ahead and watch some of my other videos while you wait for me to post a new one. Bye.